Japan's darkest legends aren't always born from monsters, but from fear, belief, and the mind itself. In this countdown, ancient yokai meet modern curses, where psychological horror slowly replaces teeth and claws. 7. Kitsune. In Japanese mythology, the kitsune is one of the most complex and deceptive yokai ever recorded. At first glance, foxes are symbols of intelligence and protection, often associated with the god Inari. But folklore warns that when a fox lives long enough, it gains supernatural power, and with it, a dangerous interest in humans. These beings can shapeshift, most often into beautiful women, monks, or wandering travelers, blending seamlessly into everyday life. What makes kitsune unsettling isn't raw violence, but the psychological impact of their actions. They manipulate emotions, distort memories, and quietly erode a person's sense of reality. Many scary stories describe victims who lived entire relationships, marriages, even years of happiness, only to discover it was all an illusion crafted by a fox spirit. When the kitsune finally vanishes, the victim is left alone, unsure which memories were real and which were lies. Some legends claim you can protect yourself by noticing small flaws, a shadow that still resembles a fox, reflections that don't align, or an unnatural fascination with fire and riddles. But folklore also warns that kitsune want to be discovered, because the moment you doubt your reality, they've already won. As tricksters rather than monsters, kitsune mark the beginning of our descent, where danger doesn't attack outright, but smiles, waits, and slowly pulls you deeper into doubt. If these legends unsettle you, subscribe for more Japanese urban legends, yokai lore, and chilling horror stories waiting ahead. 6. Kappa. In Japanese horror stories, the kappa is an ancient river-dwelling yokai whose origins stretch back centuries into rural folklore. Often described as child-sized with webbed limbs, a turtle-like shell, and a shallow dish of water atop its head, the kappa inhabits rivers, ponds, and irrigation canals, places essential to life, yet quietly dangerous. That water-filled dish is the source of its strength. Lose it, and the creature becomes weak. But encountering a kappa is rarely a test of strength. It's a test of survival. What makes the kappa truly disturbing is how violently its reputation shifts across Japanese urban legends. Some tales paint it as mischievous, others reveal something far darker. In the most unsettling versions, the kappa drowns humans and removes a mythical organ known as the shirikadama, believed to contain a person's life force. Victims are found lifeless, with no clear sign of struggle, as if the river simply decided to keep them. This quiet cruelty is why the kappa remains one of Japan's most enduring horror story figures. Tradition claims there is a way to escape, bow deeply. Bound by supernatural etiquette, the kappa bows back, spilling the water from its head. Yet many scary stories warn that fear, hesitation, or disrespect can cost you everything. As rivers fall silent behind us, the legends grow closer to home, where the next horror hides not in water, but within the human body itself. 5. Rokurokubi. In Japanese folklore, the rokurokubi is a yokai born from quiet sin and hidden punishment. By day, they appear completely human, ordinary women living normal lives. But at night, their true nature emerges. Their necks stretch unnaturally long, slipping through doors and windows, gliding across ceilings in search of unsuspecting victims. Unlike monstrous creatures, rokurokubi blend perfectly into society, making them one of the most unsettling figures in Japanese mythology. The most disturbing aspect of the rokurokubi is its origin. Many legends claim they are not born monsters, but humans cursed for moral transgressions, broken vows, greed, or religious neglect. In some versions, they don't even realize what they become. They awaken with exhaustion, unexplained bruises, or blood-stained lips, unaware that their body has betrayed them during the night. This element of losing control while asleep elevates the legend beyond simple, scary stories. Some folklore suggests survival is possible. If you notice an unnaturally long shadow or see a neck returning to a body at dawn, fleeing before sunrise may save you. Others say reciting prayers can restrain the curse, but only temporarily. As night deepens, the threat grows more deliberate. The next legend no longer hides its nature, nor its hunger, waiting patiently in the shape of a familiar companion. 4. Nekomata. Among the Japanese urban legends, the nekomata is a terrifying evolution of the domestic cat, born from age, neglect, or cruelty. Folklore says that when a cat lives too long or is mistreated, it can transform into this powerful yokai, its tail splitting into two as a sign of its awakening. Once changed, the nekomata abandons loyalty entirely, embracing vengeance and manipulation. What once slept quietly in the home becomes something that watches, learns, and remembers. The danger of the nekomata lies in its intelligence. Unlike many mythical creatures, it doesn't attack blindly. Legends describe it mimicking human speech, controlling the dead like puppets, and cursing entire households. In some Japanese urban legends, nekomata are blamed for mysterious fires, sudden illness, and families torn apart by unexplained madness. The most chilling belief is that it delights in suffering, especially the suffering of former owners. To the nekomata, humans are not prey, but toys. Escaping one is said to be nearly impossible. Killing it risks inviting greater misfortune, while ignoring it allows the curse to spread. Some traditions suggest appeasement through offerings, but even these are unreliable. As the boundary between companion and predator disappears, the next presence draws closer, no longer an animal, but a force that arrives when life itself begins to fade. 3. Shinigami. Deeply rooted in the history of Japan, the shinigami are not always singular beings, but manifestations of death itself, silent guides that appear when a life is nearing its end. Unlike Western depictions of death as a single reaper, shinigami exist across folklore as whispers, shadows, or unseen influences that push humans toward fatal decisions. They are rarely seen directly. Instead, their presence is felt in moments of despair, hesitation, or quiet surrender. The most disturbing aspect of the shinigami is how subtly they operate. Rather than killing outright, many Japanese urban legends suggest they encourage self-destruction, accidents, or reckless choices. A stray thought, a sudden impulse, a voice that feels like your own. These are believed to be signs of a shinigami's influence. This makes the legend deeply rooted in psychological horror, where the enemy isn't external, but embedded within the mind. Some stories claim that once a shinigami attaches itself to a person, escape becomes increasingly difficult as negative thoughts intensify. There are few agreed-upon ways to resist them. Some traditions say strong human connections, love, responsibility, or purpose can weaken their hold. Others insist prayer or intervention by another person is the only salvation. As death's quiet messengers fade into the background, the next legend steps forward. One that doesn't whisper at all, but waits patiently in a place every child knows. 2. Hanako-san. In Japanese urban legends, few names are as instantly unsettling as Hanako-san, the spirit said to haunt school bathrooms across Japan. Rooted in post-war folklore, her story varies by region, but the setting never changes. The third stall of the girls' restroom on the third floor. She is usually described as a young girl wearing a red skirt. Her presence announced by silence, flickering lights, or the faint sound of knocking from inside the store. The most disturbing element of Hanako-san is how she targets children. In many scary stories, summoning her is treated like a game. Knock 3 times, ask if she's there, but answering her call can have deadly consequences. Some versions say she drags victims into the toilet. Others claim she appears behind them, her face pale and wrong, smiling as the door slams shut. In darker interpretations, Hanako-san is the ghost of a child abused or killed at school, turning her into a symbol of unresolved trauma embedded in everyday life. Escaping her is uncertain. Silence, refusing to engage, or leaving the bathroom immediately may save you. But legends warn. Curiosity is what seals your fate. As school corridors fall quiet, the final horror doesn't hide in stalls or shadows. It waits on a screen, asking a question you can't ignore. 1. Red Room Curse. The Red Room Curse stands apart from traditional yokai and ancient folklore, representing a modern evolution of Japanese urban legends shaped by technology and fear. The legend centers on a simple pop-up that appears on a computer screen, a red background, a childlike voice asking, "Do you like?" Each time you try to close it, the full sentence appears. "Do you like the Red Room?" Trying to close it again leads you to a website where a list of names appears until your own is the last. Once that happens, the curse is sealed. The most disturbing accounts claim victims are later found dead in locked rooms, their walls stained red with blood, their rooms showing no signs of forced entry. What makes the Red Room especially terrifying is its realism. Unlike mythical creatures lurking in forests or tunnels, this horror story invades private space. There is no monster to fight, no ritual to perform, only the creeping realization that curiosity itself is the trigger. This places the legend firmly in psychological horror, where fear comes not from what you see, but from what you clicked. There is no confirmed way to escape the Red Room curse. Closing the browser doesn't help. Turning off the computer doesn't help. Once your name appears, the legend says the outcome is inevitable. That helplessness is what elevates it above scary stories. It reflects a fear deeply rooted in the modern world. If these legends scared you, subscribe for more urban legends, psychological horror, yokai lore, and terrifying stories yet to come.